This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
Holidays, the girls are out of state for a few days. The wife works today, so I was going to head down to the Horseshoe Southern Indiana and play their noon tournament for $50 and then play cash. They have a promotion where they're giving away a couple $100s to a high card each hour or half hour, I'm not sure. But I decided to do a lot of chores and other stuff around the house since the wife has to work and I'm off. That made my departure time a little later than I planned, so I'm not playing the tournament. I'm just going to go play the cash games. I'm going to take her a quick snack. Casino still had poker. I'd be there already, but now it's just a degenerate pit, you know, full of slots and table games. When they first opened up the French Lick Casino, I think it was 2008, I'm wanting to say it had close to 30 poker tables, which is insane for such a small community. They could not run a poker tournament right for the life of them. So it went from that many tables, they went down to like 2 or 4 of those electronic tables, got rid of the poker room. If they still had a poker room, I could grind a few hours there more regularly instead of having to drive an hour and a half to either the Tropicana or to the Horseshoe Southern Indiana. But they don't. Poker worth it? I don't know if I've ever had that thought before out of these years that I've been playing, but today is like a day off. I could do anything I want. I have friends wanting to go drink and hang out that I haven't seen in a very long time. It's a free day for me. I could do anything around the house, get stuff done that I haven't had time to do with work and other things. But I'm spending my day driving an hour and a half one way, hour and a half back. Who knows how long my session will be, but will it be worth it? A lot of people have different hobbies, you know. Some people go to concerts for hunting, fishing, who knows, a lot of different hobbies. My one hobby goes to poker. You know, it's what I've always want to do. I think about it all the time, about going and playing a game, a session. When can I play next? When can I play next? But on this drive, I'm just not sure why is poker my driving force, you know? Why do I want it so bad?
Go right to left, left to right. If you fight to the death, what's left to fight?
Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't make it in time to play that tournament. It's 15-minute levels. There was 40 entrants, and there was already 10 people out in the first 20 or so minutes. So I put my name on the list for 1-2 and 1-2 must straddle, which plays a little more like a 2-5 game because, you know, if you win the pot, you must straddle double the big blind, I think, or $5. I'm not sure. So this promotion is every half hour. They pick an active table and they'll throw out cards, and then whoever has the high card will get $200. Surely I can plink one of those, right? There were 7 eligible cash game tables going at this point. The first 3 drawings were for other tables. I think it was table 6, 8, and then table 5. And then the fourth drawing, table 11 got drawn. That's the table I was at. I was having a rough start, as you guys could see so far. They brought the $200 in chips over, and the dealer dealt out 9 cards real fast. And I was in the third seat. It was Rag Rag Jack, rags all around. I won the promo. 200 quick, easy dollars to put in my pocket. Okay, at this point, we're a couple hours deep in the session. I get 4 6 of diamonds in the big blind. It was a fairly limpy table, so as expected, 4 players limp. And the small blind threw in his dollar as well, and I gladly checked my 4 6 of diamonds to see what the flop would bring. And the flop did not disappoint. The small blind checked, I checked, and surprisingly, it checked all around. The turn brought another ace. Honestly expected somebody to bet small, to which I'd call that small bet. It checks around to late position, and this guy bets $40 into a $12 pot. I only saw him show down a few hands in the first few hours, and they all included an ace. So I was fairly sure at this point he had an ace. At this time, $40 wasn't enough to make me run away from my straight flush and straight flush draws. So when the small blind folded, I elected to call $40, and everyone else folded. The river, bingo, 7 of spades, probably my best card to complete my straight. A small flush would be a scary river. I thought about betting here, but I assumed he would bet. He bet with all his other aces, so I checked, and sadly he checked behind. He showed ace 9 for trip 9s, and I took down a small pot. So are you guys perfectly okay with the $40 call there, or was I out of line? A lot of outs, good draw, and then I believe I should have value bet the river. Maybe should have took a stab there with a $40 bet to follow his $40 bet from the turn, and I don't see him folding there. Okay, now this hand is in a bubble. It does not pertain to the last hand I showed. I'm in the small blind with Jack 9 a heart. Like the last hand, we get a handful of limpers, so I throw in my dollar, big blind checks, and the flops hits me pretty good. It's Jack 10 9 with 2 spades, so giving me 2 pair. I decided to initiate action right away, betting $15 a pot size bet to see who wants to come along with their draws. We get a couple of folds, and then middle position raises to $30. He's a very good, dangerous player. I immediately put him on King Queen for the flop straight. Late position folds, and then the dealer raises all in for $97. He was shoving everything on all kinds of draws and just kept going into his pocket for more money. So here I'm thinking he has a pretty big flush draw. So to recap the action, I have about a $500 effective stack, bet 15, $300 effective stack of a solid player raises to 30, and then we get re-raised to 97. What would you do here? I want you to pause the video and comment below what you would do before seeing what I did. After tanking for a very short time, I decide that one of them has a straight and one of them has the flush draw. My 2 pair can only improve to a full house to beat both of those hands, and I'm something like a 4-to-1 dog against. I'm not getting the odds on the current money. With implied odds, I could get middle position stack, and this could be a profitable play if I were to hit and him still go all in, I believe. So I fold. Middle position calls the $97, and he doesn't show, but the dealer shows right away, the all-in player, his king queen for the flop straight. Dodged a bullet, right? Of course not. The turn is a jack of diamonds, which would have gave me the full house to take down a huge pot. And the river's a blank, which leads me to still believe that, or to now believe that the one on the flush draw was middle position, the solid player, and he didn't hit. Critique below, please. I know I called a pretty big bet with draws on that last hand, and then I fold here with a semi-made hand, but I'm leaning toward it being the correct call. What do you guys think? $1.25 is a little much, don't you think, for a bag of air and Gardettos? But I need a quick snack to get me home. Plus 201 at poker, and plus 200 at that promotion. So plus 401 for the day. But there were a couple spots where I could have played a lot better, and I'm not sure what the best play would be. I'm not sure how much of it I'm being results oriented, and I'm not sure the best plays in general, so. But it was a good night. I'm hoping to play on Sunday in a $100 tournament down at the Tropicana. It's kind of a fast one, kind of like that free roll, except it's 100 and it's limited to 80 players. They won't get that. They'll probably get about 50. But it should be fun if I can make it. Thanks for watching.
This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.